Morning Tea. I'm Maddison Hill.
And I am Courtney Revolution.
We are still here. We are going to keep pushing through, you guys. It is a Monday. It is mayhem. There is just so much craziness happening.
Yeah.
I hope that we can offer you guys at least an hour of just peace of mind, taking your mind away from everything. Unfortunately, we can no longer avoid talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It is literally seeping into every aspect of the world, entertainment, celebrity news, everything.
Yeah.
So we obviously, of course, are going to talk about this Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber situation. We also have a full Car Jenner tea time. We're talking about Kim and how her kids are handling quarantine.
Ooh.
We're talking about Kylie and Travis, how he is worried about Kylie and Stormy.
Ooh.
We're talking about Kendall getting dragged by an Italian influencer. And we also are talking about how people
So
think
random.
Khloe and Tristan are back together. The rumors, the theories, they're perpetuating thanks to Khloe's recent Instagram post. We're also talking about Hillary Duff. We're talking about 50 Cent. We're talking about Chris Brown. We're talking about Willow Smith. We're talking about Lady Gaga. We're talking about Nicki Minaj. We're talking about Cardi B. We are talking about, we have a lot of things on the docket today.
We're talking about all the girls.
Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus. We're also going to talk about Mr. Shawn Mendes and
God.
Katy Perry, and how they kind of were looking a fool with some things that fans were doing online.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what
And
you're talking
Orlando
about.
Bloom 2 and celibacy. So we're going to try as best as we can to bring you guys content that is corona related and not corona related. Just please know we're looking out for it, okay? We
Yeah.
are looking out for it. We're also going to talk about Lady Gaga being a naked cyborg. So,
Oh, I
you
live
know,
for that.
That has nothing to do with corona. So
I'm
that's
alive.
good, right?
I'm alive.
Exactly.
The clouds parted when I saw that.
Exactly. We also have Hatum here.
Hatum.
Hey, our sunshine. Hey, Tea Tribe.
Hey.
And haha, breathe, Maddie. I know, you guys. I'm trying, but I'm sorry. My anxiety, I think, is coming out now.
You gotta
talking
take
to the Tea
some
Tribe.
cleansing breaths to get your third eye clear, girl.
My third eye is very foggy.
No, you gotta
right
blink
now.
it, girl.
No,
Blink, blink.
My third eye is like this. It's crusty, it's tired, and it's stressed because
gotta
it did not
clear.
sleep. No, I know. I'm trying, but it is stressful, you know?
It's Quarantine Monday, 2020. Ching, ching.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And also 100% Madison says, Casey is in a state of emergency too. The anxiety is real. Pretty much, honestly, everywhere from what I've read and seen on social media, all states are taking major action, which honestly is such a good thing. We all should be staying inside as much as possible, washing our hands, making sure we're staying safe, because I think the biggest thing and the biggest push I've been seeing on social media is, well, yes, young people, we can fight this off.
Yes.
We are spreading it to people who cannot.
Yes.
So while I know it's funny to be like, oh my God, I'm fine, I don't care, I'm still gonna go party. Please don't. Like, just please don't.
I was just making, even though I was saying it in a joking way, literally seconds before Leo had hit it on the 3-2-1, I was explaining to everyone in the room about how there's the photo going around of everyone at Magic Kingdom last night and how it's crowded with people. And basically, how am I supposed to feel sympathy 90 days from now when y'all are asking for money for a GoFundMe for Granny because you done went to Magic Kingdom and went to Granny's house for cookies, showed her pictures, and she has her fingers on iPads.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not really so much about you. You have to think about who you could pass it on to without even feeling sick.
Exactly. I know you're not trying to be funny.
But that's the tea.
You still make me laugh.
GoFundMe for Granny! And I'm gonna be sitting up there like, now hit it, Leo, on my face.
I know.
Scroll, and I'm gonna keep it
I know.
pushing. Because I stayed home. I listened to the man.
I know. You're making me giggle. You're
I'm
making
sorry.
me giggle. And then Lean said, thank you for going live, even in this hard time. Thank you for sharing the hardest tea. You guys are so welcome.
We got you, Lean.
I do want to address kind of what Courtney and I have coming up the rest of the week. We're going to just mention this a couple times throughout the live just to keep you guys updated.
Bianca's here. Hi, Bianca.
Hi,
It's been
Bianca.
a minute.
Oh my God, Bianca.
Yes!
Bianca's-
Bianca, you better be home.
Yes, and Bianca's been busy with school. Now,
Yes.
obviously, I hope you are having your time. Bianca, we missed you. We're so happy you're here.
Yes, ma'am.
But just a little PSA of what we have coming up the rest of the week. So we did get the official word that we're going to be doing the morning tea from home starting tomorrow. You know, we just want to make sure that we're staying safe.
Yes,
Everyone
ma'am.
in our office is staying safe. We got to make sure Shambong, Dave, and Hit It Leo are staying
Who's
safe.
going to hit it and bring the champagne?
Exactly. Like, it just wouldn't work if we were not taking the necessary precautions. So starting tomorrow, we will be doing the morning tea live from our homes. One day you might see just me. One day you might see just Courtney. We're going to try to make it work where we're both coming to you every day.
Yeah.
But we just ask that you guys please continue to tune in. We all will need each other during this time to kind of have a release and some laughs.
Oh, yeah.
So just so you guys know, starting tomorrow, the morning tea is going to be looking a little different because we want to be safe. But
I'm excited.
It will all be okay.
I'm
I know.
It's going to be like a slumber party, but in the morning.
Thank you. That's how I feel too. Like we can actually like sit and have our coffee together.
Yes.
We can have a good time. We'll definitely kiki, like
I'm
all
so
of that
excited.
good stuff. Just so you guys know, nothing will stop. Like
No.
everything will continue.
Oh, yeah.
It will still be the most fun. They're gonna be in PJs. That's what Dakota said. And you best believe I absolutely. Oh my God! I'll pull out my matching PJ sets that I have.
Bye.
I can't
I'm ready.
wait. I can't wait.
ready.
I can't wait for Courtney to make fun of my pajamas.
I'm going to show up in full, like, regular. Madison's like, hi!
Summer party, a little mask on, you know, just living my best quarantine life.
I'm excited.
Trying
for
to be.
Quarantine Watch 2020.
Yes, quarantine watch. Yes,
With the
yes,
Wonder Woman
yes.
bracelets.
And we will still be bringing you guys videos on Hollyscoop throughout the day as well. We'll be doing some fun stuff. We're going to keep everything the same. It's just going to look a little different because we're going to be doing it from obviously not here because we want to be safe. We want to make sure
And
we're good.
honestly, like I said, I'm excited.
No,
We're
I am
bringing
too.
y'all from the table into our homes.
And aren't you guys kind of excited to see like the 1 square inch of our
Yeah, it's
homes
gonna
that
be
you're
like
going
one
to see?
square.
But it'll be like this much.
It's gonna be looking like my YouTube channel.
But
yo.
still, you know, cute, exciting,
excited.
right? And don't believe that, you know, because Courtney and I won't physically be together for Tequila Tuesday and Champagne Friday, that the libations will not be consumed.
Oh yeah,
because-
I know I got something in my freezer.
Oh, trust me, libations will be consumed.
And there will be no interruptions. I will yell up to my roommate, shh, I'm talking to the T Tribe. So if I gotta do that tomorrow, you know, because I don't
Just
know if he has to work
prepare.
or not. So I'm gonna be like, shut up! I'm talking to the T Tribe in Madison Hill.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun, you guys. It really, really will be so much fun. We're gonna make the best of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we just ask that you please tune in no matter what. Whatever you see, even if it is Courtney and I looking shambly, please just still tune in so we can talk and have a good time. Shout out to Jakara. Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? I'm not doing so good. I'm going through a huge battle with my school. So I really need your guys' energy today. Jakara.
We got you, Jakara.
We got you because I know what those frustrations you're probably going through. It is incredibly infuriating.
Yes.
And know that we got your back. The T-Tribe has your back. We are sending you the good energy.
Can I send out a special message?
Yes.
This goes out to the
I
Disney
love that.
College Program
Oh,
students.
yes.
Because Disney is putting y'all out.
Yes.
The coronavirus is very
Harvard
intense.
students are having that too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So for those of y'all, just know that we're thinking of you. If you're in Vistaway, the Commons, etc., pack your bags up and create a new magical ending for yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. I know we will all get through this.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that April, May, we're gonna look back and be like, oh my gosh, LOL. Remember when we had to go live from our apartment?
I
Like,
know.
oh my God, that was so funny when we had a pajama party. I am hoping that that comes soon, you guys. You know, we're very close to our families. Not being near our families during this time is probably the absolute worst thing I've ever gone through.
Yeah, scary.
So just, yeah, we're trying. I also, just on a lighter note, want to shout out Simon.
Oh, Simon.
This is coming from Josephine. Simon is her boyfriend, and she got Simon to start watching the morning tea, and now he wants to make the morning tea their thing.
Oh.
And you know, couples that tea together stay together. Shout out to Simon and Josephine.
Well, Josephine, you already with a Simon. You better do what he's saying. Let it bring y'all closer together.
Right? Exactly.
I'm excited for y'all.
I am too. I love it. I love when you guys share the Tea Tribe with your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your partners, your friends,
Your
grandmas,
animals.
aunts, animals.
The dogs and the cats.
Oh my God, I know. We got tagged in the cutest post with someone and their dog. Adorable. She is the new Tea Tribe mascot. I let her know that in the comments.
Welcome.
So yes, everything. But let's go ahead and pour up the tea.
I'm on it.
Wait, Lindsay, I said, Madison, did you hear they canceled Daytona? Are you talking about Daytona as in the cheer competition Daytona? Because if so, that is some serious tea, and also, we shouldn't be too surprised. I feel like
Yeah,
that
we
was
shouldn't
like
be
a
surprised.
necessary thing to happen. Absolutely. And then we have Andrea saying, y'all, I started Love is Blind finally and got my boyfriend into it too. Obsessed. OMG. Yes.
Yes.
If you guys have not watched Love is Blind yet, if Courtney and I did not convince you during our talks about it, let this time now convince you to watch it.
My friend literally started watching Love is Blind last night, and already he is obsessed with Barnett.
Oh.
I said, and he's not a Jessica fan.
Okay, interesting choice. I haven't heard anyone out of the gate who is obsessed with Barnett.
Oh, no, he is like,
Okay.
Barnett is it.
All right, wow, controversial choice, but whatever, it's fine. We'll let it happen. We have Sabria. I've never been more grateful for dropping out this year. Girl.
Imagine.
I will just always
What would
tell
you have been doing during this time, Madison, if this was going on and you was getting your career together, you was in school, and this was going on?
So I actually, this is wild, but when I was in school, I also had to work at an NBC affiliate, okay? And it was 4 credit hours. We weren't getting paid, but it was part of our curriculum. And I found out over the weekend that even though my college is shutting down, students who are in the journalism program are still expected to go work at the news station.
Yikes.
And I am just so thankful that I am not there, because I would be having a full-on panic attack if that was the case.
I couldn't imagine, Madison.
Like, no one on campus, everyone is supposed to go home, but yet
And you
I'm
gotta be
supposed
the
to
one
go
to
there.
stay.
And they're trying to say, oh, you're a public servant. I'm sorry, I'm not getting paid to be a public servant at that time.
You're not. Madison Hill.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. But can you imagine? I really can't. Shout out to all of you who are still in school dealing with this.
And healthcare professionals and supermarket workers.
Yes. Oh.
The supermarket
Literally,
workers.
absolutely.
Every day is Black Friday for
Front
y'all.
lines,
Yeah.
front lines. We have Joey going to the doctors to get a painful ingrown toenail removed during this crisis. I don't know if I should cancel.
Don't you dare cancel. Have them pull that out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you should just go. That
Yeah, because you
sounds
never know when
terrible.
you're going to be able to leave the house, and what if it gets worse? Have them pull
Right.
that out today.
And do you want an ingrown toenail for 3 more weeks? No, I think it's
No.
safe to go.
Yes.
Doctor's offices, I think you're going to be okay.
Yes.
Okay, but let's kick it off talking about Hillary Duff, you guys. So, unfortunately, we have no new information about the Lizzie McGuire reboot. Irritating. But Hillary Duff and her husband are okay. Apparently, there were some rumors that their marriage was in turmoil.
Already?
She posted a picture of a magazine headline that said, "Marriage on the rocks already?" And she wrote, "Apparently, Matt and I are having trouble. He hasn't told me yet."
Come on, Cheeky Duff.
Right?
Yes.
So clearly, they're all fine. I love that Hillary Duff is in this phase of clapping back and just putting everything out on social media. We know she did something similar with the whole Lizzie McGuire, Love Simon, not being family friendly situation.
She don't play.
Shout out to Hillary. You know what I mean?
I like her. Also, she's the one that will tell the paparazzi, get away from my children.
Oh, she will.
Oh, yes, she's the one. She's like, listen, I have a flu. You're following me and my kids. Get away from us.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, you're trying to stop my back. She's like, no, you're being weird.
Yeah.
Get away from me. I love it.
I feel like whenever there's kids there, paparazzi can't say you're trying to stop my bag.
Like,
Because it's
follow
like,
you to the baseball game with a baby?
just have a little decency. That's
agree.
all we're asking for. Shout out to Lauren. Hi, guys. Stay safe. Everything from Chicago. I have a Patreon page for my photography and cosplay. Yes, Lauren. Be safe in Chicago, because Chicago is going through it too. And I know you had some people in your city who were acting a fool this weekend.
Yeah.
So continue to keep it together, Lauren. We are thinking of you. But let's move on and talk about 50 Cent.
Okay.
Another person who was not taking the situation at hand seriously this weekend. So TMZ reports that 50 Cent was spotted in a New York strip club on Saturday night. He was throwing money, surrounded by dancers, had dancers on top of him. So
Mr.
obviously
Curtis.
was not afraid of swapping some bodily sweat, which, hello, have you read the news? They said he had no mask, no gloves on, obviously, and that he was, on a positive note, very generous with his tips and his funds, and he became even more generous as the DJ started playing his own music.
Okay, so here, initially, you had me in the first half because I was ready to be upset.
Right.
Then, once you said spending generously, then it makes me feel like, well, maybe 50 knows that these women probably won't be able to shake it for a minute. Now they got to convert to OnlyFans.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because you can't be out in public. You got to be your own personal businesswoman.
Yes, I know.
So he was like, let me give you a little bit to get yourself started, maybe get you through the month until you can get your subscriptions up.
It's true. So,
That's helpful.
So maybe he wasn't doing anything bad. He was actually helping the dancers.
He was
maintain-
sacrificing his health
Yes.
to help the women.
That is true.
I'm
Wow.
here for
Look
it.
at that. You know I love 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I'll admit I did see that and I was like, Fofty, why are you doing this? I really want to always support you. This was a little crazy. But now that you gave me that perspective, I'm not mad anymore.
He has a girlfriend. So, I mean, she
I'm so
probably
happy.
was there
Okay,
like, go
you
ahead.
know what, Fofty, I take it back. I had some ill feelings towards you this morning.
Yeah.
But now that Courtney has given me new perspective, I'm back to loving you and standing you.
Yeah.
Shout out to 50.
Shout out to sex workers.
Yes. No, true.
Honestly.
True.
Because y'all got to get to work.
Exactly. And honestly, OnlyFans is probably a good
They
thing
about
right
to
now.
roll it in. These girl, get your girl. That's the thing. Face mask. Put your face mask on and do your work.
Courtney, you guys, remember
That's
how
part of the fantasy.
We talk about how Courtney's educated me on a lot of things. This is one of the subjects.
Sex workers, y'all gonna get y'all
This
coin.
is one of the subjects. I have learned a lot, and Euphoria is very accurate.
We learn from each other.
Right? I feel like I don't teach you as cool of things. I'm like, have you heard of the Dixie Chicks? And Courtney's like, girl, let me tell you about OnlyFans. And I'm like, oh, okay. My little Missouri self did not know.
A little Missouri and a little gay.
That's right.
There it is.
Look at it. And it comes together for the morning tea. There you guys go. Let's talk about Chris Brown. He dyed his hair blonde over the weekend. And everyone is trolling him, saying that he's morphing into Justin Bieber. He also
sorry, y'all.
He also embraced the things that people are comparing him to, which was like one of the Powder Puff Girls, ramen noodles.
He looked like
M&M.
Woodstock.
Right? He doesn't look good, I'll admit.
He looks like Flapjack from Cartoon Network. You know that cartoon?
No, I don't
Hang
know
on.
who Flapjack
My
is.
boyfriend loves that show. Hang on.
I only know like Fairly Odd Parents.
That's Nickelodeon.
Oh, that's Nickelodeon. What was the one? The like Johnny Bravo?
Don't he look like this? Look, y'all, look. Just in case Leo can't hit it, look.
It's like an off-brand
Y'all know Flapjack
Rugrats.
from
Like-
Cartoon Network. He looked just like Flapjack, Chris Brown. No shade to Chris Brown, no, because everybody love Flapjack, but that's the tea.
And Tamara says Chris Brown does not look good. Not
Why he
his
got the
color.
flip out?
Gabby said, I love Flapjack. McCole said,
Gabby, no.
Misadventures of Flapjack. OMG, yes,
Y'all
he
know.
does. Flapjack, my life. Guys, I did not know who Flapjack was. Now I feel like such a loser.
Inspiration. Listen.
Inspiration.
Animation, inspiration, and hip hop. Look at that.
Okay.
Chris Breezy.
We'll let him have that, I guess. I'm just confused. I'm like,
Trying,
Chris, no matter how many times you change your hair, we all know it's still you, and we're never going to forget. So, sorry.
On a different note, real
Oh,
quick.
sorry, you
imagine
got so serious.
Imagine how Chris Brown feel knowing that everybody is forgiving DaBaby slapping that woman, and he still can't get any type of leeway off of Bad Gal.
That is true. I'm
Just,
sure
I'm just putting it out there. Imagine how Chris Brown feel.
I'm sure in some type of way, as they used to say.
Yeah.
I know people don't say that anymore,
I still
but
say
I
that.
still do.
I said it last night.
I still say it. You guys know I will keep that. I keep 2,000 sayings going as long as I can. Okay, let's move on and talk about Willow Smith. So
Okay.
remember how we filled you guys in end of last week? She shaved her head at that art exhibit that she was putting on at the Museum of Contemporary Art here in LA. Well,
Okay.
now we know the meaning behind the drastic move of why she shaved her head. A source spoke to Hollywood Live saying that Willow shaving her head was symbolic. She wants to leave her past behind. The source went on to say, quote, she's had her struggles with anxiety, but she's feeling very empowered and ready to reclaim her life. Shaving off all of her hair was a way to release everything and start fresh.
I want to meet the Smiths so bad.
Right? Also, I found out it was her boyfriend who shaved her head.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
There's just something that comes off just very enlightened about the Smith family. I want some of that
Right?
to rub off on me.
Or it's like they just kind of have this like spiritual insight that we don't have.
I want to meditate with Jada
Right?
and Willow.
Maybe they could help me with my third eye during this time.
They clear right on up. Spiritual
I think I
visor.
would just like take one little step into the Smith house and it would be like,
As soon as you sit at the red table, you're just like,
oh, it opens
I see
up.
it all.
Exactly. I mean, I want to shout her out for this because
Yeah.
I think the first time Willow shaved her head, it was looked upon as such.
like rebellion.
Yeah, it's just a big deal. People thought, you know, Jada and Will had no handle on their children, that they were kind of going crazy, things were running amok. And truthfully, I think Willow was just very mature for her age, and she continues to be mature for her age. And she's taking control, and I've got to shout her out for that. That's impressive.
You know what I think, Madison? I think that every child is different in terms of parenting. Every child is different, and I feel like if Willow and Jaden and there's another Smith child whose name I cannot remember at the time.
The
I'm
oldest.
sorry, the oldest.
Yeah.
If they were children that needed to have a handle on, like be handled, I'm sure the Smiths would handle them.
Right.
But maybe the Smiths saw something in each of their children that said, okay, well, let me guide them versus handling them. And I
Right.
think that that's important.
No, absolutely.
Trey, thank you, y'all.
Trey.
Trent or Trey?
Trey.
I see Trey.
Trey. Okay, close. And also, Lean said, Whip My Hair by Willow Smith is still a bop to this day.
Period.
Agreed. Okay, let's move on and talk about Orlando Bloom.
Okay.
So Orlando recently shared in a new interview with the Sunday Times that he was celibate for 6 months before his relationship with Katy Perry. He reflected saying that prior to meeting Katy, he wasn't happy, and a friend suggested that he go celibate for a few months to kind of figure it out. He said, quote, it takes away the idea of going to a party and thinking, who am I going to meet? I was suddenly like, oh, I can have a relationship with a woman that is just friends. He explained that his plan was to be celibate for 3 months, but then he started to notice perks, which is why it went on for 6 until he met Katy. and people were very surprised. I think it's just because Orlando Bloom is looked upon as kind of like this hot playboy in Hollywood. Like, you know, he obviously broke up with Miranda Kerr and then was out on the town. And instead of going wild while he was a newly single man, he kind of took a step back and was like, you know what? Maybe I should experience relationships with women that aren't physical. I think that's good.
You got to look at who his peers are. And here's a question that any man, I feel like, can answer when it comes to like stuff like that is, who wants to end up like George Clooney?
Right. I mean, of course, he ended up getting married eventually and having children.
It was eventually.
It was eventually.
You know what I mean? So who wants to get their life started that late in the game?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get it.
You're not
And I
wrong.
love that. I love that he was able to like reflect and be like, okay, well, this is my life right now. I have X, Y, and Z, and this is what I want. How do I go about getting it?
I also like that he had no problem talking about it. I feel like a lot of times men are embarrassed to admit that, and that goes back of years and years and generations of, you know, masculinity and all of these things. And so I have to commend him for at least speaking out about it and being honest.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of guys do. I mean, Justin Bieber, here's a positivity for you guys.
Yeah.
He did that as well before marrying Hailey.
He said he had a sex addiction.
Exactly. So I think that there is a lot of good in people sharing these kinds of stories.
And it's a personal choice that everyone makes for themselves.
Exactly. But let's talk a little bit more about Miss Katy Perry. And we're going to talk about her in regards to Shawn Mendes and Madonna. So fans online are editing this video of people in Italy singing, you know, from their balconies, trying to have some sort of camaraderie amidst quarantine. And people are editing them so, like, one will think that they're singing a Katy Perry song, Shawn Mendes, whatever. And now these celebs are reacting. So, like, Katy Perry tweeted and was like, wow, coming all together.
Y'all sound great.
Shawn Mendes was so emotional about it. Madonna was like, we rise. And, like, no one was singing their songs.
That's because the stands be bored.
But why are we doing that?
Because it's going to
I understand, you know, times are tough and being quarantined is rough, but come on, guys. Nah, this is just no.
It could get some extra streams, some extra attention, you know.
I just feel like this is a bit too much.
There was one, it was like Italians are in the street singing Chun-Li. And it's like a live audio of the Barbs, and they just put it over and I was like, y'all, really? And then we're like, yeah, see the queen of Italy, like queen of rap and Italy. I'm like, y'all, really?
You guys really think that people are on their balconies
no accent,
just
no nothing,
rapping Nicki Minaj?
Just Chun-Li going off in the streets of Italy. Imagine that. They can't even leave the house, but they open their balcony to sing that.
I mean, honestly, I think it was a good giggle for everyone. I think we all needed it, but just the fact that, like, all of these celebrities it was happening to, and I think Shawn Mendes really got roasted the most online. Like, it's the same one, and he just got roasted. I think it's because he was acting so emotional about it, and everyone was just like, dude, have you looked on the internet? Like,
couldn't speak up for Taylor, but he could speak up immediately to that, though. But
right? Ugh, not today.
Mendes Army, let's not even go there, but that's the team.
Not today, not today. Jakara said they knew we needed a laugh.
Yeah, probably.
Talia said they were singing their own Italian songs. It was beautiful. Thank you, Talia. And Christina says it's obviously fake. I feel bad who fell for it. Well,
I felt like,
Christina, a lot of people fell for it.
I don't understand, Madison, and please don't be upset. Matter of fact, get upset. I was like, why are y'all singing close y'all windows because coronavirus is airborne? That just was my thought initially. Y'all are opening up y'all chops to sing, and I know it was beautiful because friends of mine were retweeting it. But my first initial thought was, why are y'all singing, shut them windows, it's airborne, y'all don't want to breathe it in when y'all are trying to hit them notes. So I really don't understand why we feel the need to have carols and it's not even Christmas. Right. That's just me. And I'm sorry if that's offensive, but that's just how I felt.
You were just wanting to make sure that nothing is getting in the nostrils that shouldn't be in the nostrils.
Exactly.
I feel that.
I need to know.
Also, Rosa said they were singing the Italian anthem. Thank you, Rosa.
Okay.
Rosa's getting us with the facts.
Thank you.
Getting it together. Let everyone
Rosa,
know.
my window and balcony.
They were not singing Shawn Mendes.
Noted.
As much as I'm sure you would want to believe that. Let's move on and talk about Lady Gaga. We're just going to breeze through this real quick, everybody.
Okay.
She is a naked cyborg on the cover of Paper Magazine. She is looking fantastic. In her interview, she went in depth about a lot of things, but the one thing we're going to touch on is she talked about her collab with Ariana Grande. We know that was a rumor for her new album, Chromatica, and it sounds like it's definitely going to happen because Lady Gaga kind of opened up about the conversations her and Ariana had when they sat down to start writing the music. She said that they basically talked about how to keep going and be grateful for what you do. Gaga said she knows that 75% of the world rolls their eyes when she says that. She said, quote, yeah, you can be in a mansion, but you can still be 6 feet under in one. So I feel like whatever song they have coming, it's definitely going to touch on feeling isolated, feeling lonely at times, and definitely some of the mental health issues that they've both experienced.
I need it.
I agree.
I'm ready to dance every last article of my clothing off. I need it, especially during coronavirus. I feel like Pride is getting canceled. Lady Gaga, we need it, period. Every track, no filler. I need my eyebrows sizzling off. I'm ready.
I think she'll deliver. I mean, we know every interview she's given about her new album, she has made sure everyone knows you're going to be dancing. It's going to make you feel good. You're definitely not going to be sitting down. No strumming on guitars.
I don't want to hear
some
not a
of
guitar
us
string.
Enjoyed it.
Repeat Joanne until the next era.
Some of us enjoyed it. Just some, whatever, it's fine.
Some.
Keyword some, and I know I'm in the some. Courtney is not.
I'm in the none.
But I'm just saying, I don't think that we will be sad at all during
The
this.
second I hit play, Stephanie, I need to burst into flames, period. I need to beat ashes on play.
I think you will. I think you
I
will.
don't even care if track 1 is Stupid Love, still burst into flames.
Hey,
burst.
I love Stupid Love.
That's a hit. I need
love
to burst
that song.
into flames. It's that good. Look,
Do
music
people
lovers.
not like, are people disappointed by Stupid Love?
Some of the girls. Some of the
okay.
Joanne girls.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm not one of those.
I said, y'all had cheek to cheek. Y'all had Joanne. We're going back to basics like Christina.
I mean, I'll say I was a Joanne girl, but I'm not like disappointed by Stupid Love. I liked it.
She gave us sprinkles of Born This Way, and that's all I could ask for.
Jonathan says the rumor is the song will be called or will be named "Rain on Me."
Oh, like Ashanti. Rain
on me. Honestly, whatever it is, we know it'll be good. Ariana, Lady Gaga, I have no doubt.
2 vocalists.
Yes. Now let's move on and talk about Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
This is gonna be quick. So her husband, Kenneth Petty, we know he's been going through some stuff, but now the latest update in the situation is that he's pleading with a judge to let him surf the internet despite his sex offender status. This is a new report from TMZ. Kenneth submitted legal documents, quote, begging a California judge for him to use the internet. One of the terms for him registering as a sex offender is that he can't use the internet without supervision. According to TMZ, prosecutors have already agreed to Kenneth's request, which is why it is now up to a judge. Now, as far as his open federal case, that is still a situation. He's still wearing an ankle monitor, still can't leave Southern California, and still adhering to a curfew. But now we're waiting to see if he is able to use the internet.
This makes sense not because I imagine Kenneth wants to use the internet. I know that there's a lot of talk of well, he can't use the internet anyway. He's an offender. But imagine Nicki using the internet and him being in the same room. Is that an offense?
Right.
Can he go to jail for that?
Right.
We need to make sure that him and Nicki can be together and she can do her own thing without incriminating him by mistake.
I think this is more so not Kenneth begging to be
Yeah,
able to use the
I don't
internet.
believe he was begging.
I think it's more so exactly what you said, just putting things into place that it obviously all eyes are going to be on him moving forward in this situation. So I think it's just to avoid any more arrests, any more police interaction. Let's just nip that in the bud and make sure everything is in place so we can keep moving forward.
Everyone was annoyed or frustrated or irritated that he did not register in the first place. This is a precaution that he's putting into place.
Right.
So don't be upset or judge. In my opinion,
And
that's how I
also,
feel.
this tells me that he obviously learned his lesson, which that's my biggest thing. Please learn your lesson. If you're going to screw up, don't do it again. And this tells me that at least, whether it's him or Nicki, someone in that relationship is saying, we are not going through this embarrassment again.
Yes.
We're getting it taken care of. So glad. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Cloud Mag said, can I ask what he did? So he was arrested 2 weeks ago, or at least a week and a half ago, for not registering as a sex offender in the state of California. That is part of his sentencing that he still must do for something he was arrested for a while back,
in 1995
late
or something.
90s, early 2000s. So he just didn't follow through on that. He was pulled over by the Beverly Hills Police, arrested. LA County dropped their case against him, but he still is having to deal with the feds, which is why he has the ankle monitor, the curfew, and not able to leave Southern California. That's
Man,
a little...
you wrapped that up good, Madison. I would have gave the full 15.
A little present with
you
a bow.
Did that.
Well, you know I love, like, law, order, SVU.
You got that right. I started watching Lacey Peterson on Hulu the other...
Oh, so good.
I
So good. Sorry, I don't know why
Sorry,
I hit you.
we ain't gonna get off track, but just know I done seen a couple episodes of Lacey.
Now will be our true crime time to thrive. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Nikita Dragun saying that she's always been a nudist.
Okay.
So, while speaking to 17 magazine, Nikita said that it goes back to when she was little and her teacher would not allow her to play dress up with the little girls. She described that as her identifying moment and a reason as to why she plays dress up every day. Nikita admitted that she loves to show her body off, and she actually did so long before she transitioned, saying, quote, "Even my mom will say that I've always been a nudist." Nikita went on to say, quote, "Literally since birth, I have never worn pants in the house. I'm talking like all the way until I was in high school. I would just wear a giant t-shirt and underwear, walk out, go get the mail, answer the door." So Nikita just, has always embraced who she is, and I've got to love that. Gotcha. I think the nudist thing is just a nice buzzword as well.
I miss when 17 magazine was good. I used to have a subscription to 17 magazine, and I used to want to work there, but after they're covering Nikita Dragun.
Oh, a full thing with Nikita Dragun.
She's mean. Next.
Oh, that's right.
She's mean.
I forgot.
Not a Nikita.
So then what do you think about the fact she has a new docuseries coming out on Snapchat?
To Snapchat, there's a reason why it's not on Instagram or anywhere else where a lot of people are going to see it.
Ooh.
Good job.
And
no shade to Nikita Dragun fans. I'm sure she's great and nice to you. I'm just like, girl, I'd rather talk about Tana. Girl, let's rehash a Tana episode because Nikita Dragun is a...
So, do you think her show will be worse or better than Bad Babies that was on Snapchat?
I would watch Bad Babies.
Okay.
Simply because I've met one and not the other.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I like that. Hey, that's the tea.
Yeah, that's the tea.
You are with these people.
If it's somebody I've met, understand that, like, I know, like, I have an opinion about Khloe and Demi and all that. I haven't met them, so, like, it's easy to change my opinion. This is someone that, like, I've encountered and been like, oh my God, hi, blah, blah, and, like, the attitude was on zero. So, canceled.
All right.
Bye, 17 magazine. Y'all tried it.
I love how you said, I miss when 17 magazine was good.
Yeah, like, Teen Vogue it is, girl.
That's right. Okay, let's move on and talk about Cardi B because she is blaming coronavirus for her new music being delayed. She's also clapping back at some bun in the oven situations.
Okay.
So she's been very active on Twitter, obviously given the fact that no one should really be outside. And somebody asked her where her new single is. When's it coming? And Cardi said that it is delayed because of coronavirus. Do you believe that? First and foremost, we're going to stop there and ask if you believe that.
Honestly, to be 100% honest, Madison, I don't care.
Okay.
She should just put it out. You get what I'm saying? People are home. They're going to listen anyway. Put it out. I'm sure maybe she's shooting a music video and the production stopped because of corona. I mean, girl, just people are home. They're paying attention. Why not just put it out?
Well, the only
Nicki's
reason,
down and out. Put it out, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
the only reason why I'm like, that's interesting is just because she's done interviews where she said the majority of her album is done. She's just working on adding a few club hits. And that was even at least 3 to 4 weeks ago. So to me, I'm like, you definitely have something that you could put out unless what you said in those interviews is not true and you're really not as far along as you say. Like, I feel like you can adjust and adapt in these times and release music without completing a video.
she could put out a buzz single for the fans, right?
Right.
Right? The girls put out buzz singles. Megan put out the EP to hold the girls over until the official album is here. So she could put one song out for now.
Right. And that's my only thing. If she had not done an interview with Billboard 3-4 weeks back and said, oh, most of my album's done. I'm just working on a few club hits to throw in, sprinkle in. I would be like, oh, I'm sure, she has decided she wants to stay inside. She's a mother. Of course, she's going to take, even more precautions than, say, the average person. But the fact that you already told me most of it's done, I'm like, you definitely have something you could give to your fans.
I think, you know what I mean? I'm sure even if it's like something that's not going to make the album. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be from the album. She should just put something out for the fans.
Exactly.
It don't even got to be for us to consume. It could be something like, to hold the fans over because Megan put her stuff out. just to hold the fans over.
Right.
So
now, as far
it's been a minute.
It has. It's been a long minute. As far as the pregnancy rumors, that started because Cardi tweeted out that she's been feeling really sad lately. She's really emotional. She wasn't sure if it was a bad dream or just, the mayhem that's happening right now.
Yeah.
And so somebody responded to her and asked, or is it because you're pregnant? And Cardi said, hell no, my mom would whoop my expletive. Which I don't really think her mom would whoop her expletive because she's a grown woman, but we do know her mom watches Culture a lot whenever she has to do business engagements. Maybe that's what she meant in regards to that.
Maybe she's just waiting for the summer. And she's using coronavirus to sort of, I feel like a lot of the girls are gonna come during the summer. Lady Gaga's out, taking over the first half. Adele's gonna do the second half. We're gonna see like a lot of the girls try to like sneak in and out, I think, because also we have to remember that 9 times out of 10, Rihanna will also come.
That's true.
So like I feel like a lot of, I know we hate to like compare, but like a lot of the girls that don't have, let's say, a strong enough presence will try to sneak in. And here's my era real quick, and I think they'll do what they need to do and then they'll disappear. But I wish they would just do it already.
No, I agree, but let's move on and talk about another one of the girls, Miss Ariana Grande, because she is sending a message out to her fans that we all need to stop being stupid and essentially obsessed with ourselves. And I
agree.
I agree with her 1,000%. So she actually posted a message on Instagram and on Twitter just urging her fans to please listen to her. She said that she keeps hearing statements of people downplaying the coronavirus outbreak, and it's blowing her mind. She urged her fans to read about what's going on and not turn a blind eye. She went on to say it's, quote, incredibly dangerous and selfish to take this situation that lightly. The "we will be fine because we're young" mindset is putting people who aren't young and or healthy in a lot of danger. You sound stupid and privileged, and you need to care more about others like now.
I agree.
I do too.
And once again, and I hate to, well, not even, because I feel like if the shoe fits, you'll put it on. The same people that are like, who cares? I'm still going out this weekend. Are also the same people that call grandma on Monday morning and fly and see grandma every 5 weeks. You get what I'm saying? You just never know. You may not be taking your own health seriously, but you're putting someone else's health at risk. You don't have to feel sick to be sick.
Right.
That's the number one thing. You don't gotta.
Exactly.
You have corona right now and not know. But when you go and you're not taking the necessary precautions, you could literally just give it to someone else and that person could ultimately die.
Right.
That's the truth.
For me, I'm really happy that someone like Ariana Grande is speaking out. We're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus too. But just in the sense of a lot of young people aren't taking the time to do their research and really read and educate themselves. So they're just seeing things on social media. And I think as a culture and how we have social media now, the way we react to a lot of things is through a joke. With memes, we're not taking it seriously. We're all trying to take our minds off everything, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing as long as you're staying educated on what's real and what's not. So that's why I think it's really positive that Ariana Grande is at least letting her young fans know who probably aren't reading up on anything like, hey, I know we're seeing a lot of jokes on social media, but don't be an idiot, don't be selfish, and stay inside.
This is the time when using your platform in a good way comes into play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So shout out to Ariana Grande. Also want to shout out Taylor Swift.
Yes, I read hers last
Our
night
good sis Taylor Swift shared a similar message to her fans saying that she needed to express her concern that things aren't being taken seriously enough right now. She went on to say that she's still seeing parties happening and that this is the time to cancel plans and truly isolate as much as you can. She again reiterated that just because you don't feel sick doesn't mean you can't pass it on. She ended her message saying, it's a really scary time, but we need to make social sacrifices right now. And honestly, being away from a few people or not going to a party is a small sacrifice, in my opinion. Shout out to Fessy. She said, vibes.
Hey,
yes,
Fessy.
yes.
You already know the vibes, Fessy.
We love Fessy. Also, Miley Cyrus, you guys, took to Twitter and shared a message with her followers to be thoughtful, respectful, compassionate, and human while preparing for social distancing. She went on to say that no one needs every soup in the store and that the more we hoard, the more expensive and sparse necessities will become. She said this is the time to practice restraint. She went on to tweet again and say that although it is difficult to make smart decisions while panicking, we have to think twice before following the fear and being inconsiderate. She said this is a beautiful time to lead. And you know what? If we're not going to get new music from Miley, I will take this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was great what she said, especially about not taking the last suit.
Yes.
Because them supermarkets are bone dry, Madison.
Oh, it is absurd. I don't know how they are where y'all are, but here in LA, it is empty shelves, empty shelves.
Let me give the girls in the cities the hot tip. Okay, now, the hot tip, if you're in a city or a big town that has multiple markets, the one you always go to is the one that's gonna be empty. The one that you've heard about and you're like, oh, I don't really like that one. That's the one that's probably gonna have the stuff. Dollar stores, ethnic markets, all the places 9 times out of 10 that you feel like, well, maybe I shouldn't be going there to get some groceries.
Right.
Everyone else is thinking the same way, and that's where you're gonna find the toilet paper.
Also, another thing, you can still order delivery from your restaurant. So your local establishments that you don't want to leave hanging during this time, you can't go in there and eat, but you can at least order delivery. So just another little PSA, because I know some of our family friends, you know, it's a time. So just, you don't even have to go scrounge the grocery stores. If you want to treat yourself to a nice local spot, just order delivery or pick up or whatever. And I also, just anything. I want to shout out Alessandra. 2 weeks here in Italy, we were out laughing and thinking that all of this would be fine, but now we are seeing the consequences, and I just wanted to read that because that is so true, and I keep saying that as well.
One last thing before we get into car guarantee time. Now, I done seen y'all with these airline tickets, right? It's taking people like 7 hours to get out of the airport because they getting tested for corona on their way in. Stop flying and stay home.
I'll be honest, you guys, I had a trip planned for this weekend to go to Seattle, and it is no more.
Stop flying and stay home.
Yeah, it is a no more. It's sad, but it's
sad,
you know?
but you want to be there with the bottle of champagne and the face mask on? Have you seen the picture, Madison, of like, it's like a wave?
I would much rather just wait and be able to celebrate safely and do all of that than right now. Shout out to Fessy. Please say it louder. Here in the UK, they are still going out and making things more difficult. All supermarkets here in Leicester, I don't think I'm saying that right, is empty. Insane. But yes, exactly. Stop flying if you don't need to, everybody.
If you don't need to.
But let's move on and get into this Kim, Kendall, Kylie and Travis, Khloe news. So turn your volumes down for...
Car Generator! Hello to everyone in your office.
Hello. Okay, we're kicking it off with Kim. Her kids are handling staying inside and the quarantine, honestly, one of the best ways I have seen. They built this mega fort. It looks so cool. It has individual rooms. One of the rooms had like dolls propped up with Purell. They built a little room for Kim and Kanye that had a window so they could look outside into the living room. And I've just got to say, I'm a pretty OCD person, and I think I would shrug just a little bit to see my kids like messing a lot of things around and building a fort. I would have a little bit of like OCD anxiety. I would think that Kim would be the same way just based on how her house is, but she's letting them live their best life.
I would do the same thing as an adult.
Right? Maybe we should do forts, and then we can do the morning tea from our forts inside our apartment. Okay. Just kidding. Courtney says no. Kibosh.
It's not gonna work.
Kibosh on the fort idea.
But like, I would hang out in that.
Right?
Put a little Lifetime movie on, girl.
Honestly,
just like in the
I
movie
feel
theater.
like Corona could not increase that fort. Like, great idea.
No,
I love it.
Absolutely not. That was a good idea.
Yes. Shout out to the Kardashian West children.
They're about to be some engineers.
Yes, exactly.
That's still a coin.
That's a very good coin. But let's move on and talk about Miss Kendall. So an Italian influencer is calling Kendall out for posting misleading coronavirus information. Her name is Chiara Ferragani. She recently took to her own Instagram to point out how Kendall and other celebrities need to, quote, not underestimate the problem and spread the wrong message about the virus. She called out Kendall in the video and the caption. We have a little clip for you guys so you can take a look and hear it for yourselves, so take a listen.
And raise awareness. So people that have such a huge voice like Kendall Jenner, please don't underestimate the problem. This is like a serious problem. It is in my country and it's gonna be in so many different countries right now. So please say what...
I mean, to call out Kendall by name and then the caption, I'm like, okay.
She said, I'm not scared. She said, you got as big as a platform you have, you need to be giving out correct information.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm happy she said something.
I'm happy. She said, now listen.
I just feel like not a lot of people go for the Kar Jenners, and she did not hesitate.
She said, you see contract? You see manila folder in it? No, we're gonna say names here, and Chris is not gonna do anything. So she's a little busy right now. That's
she didn't
what
even
said.
stutter. So shout out to her. Italian influencers coming for our
Yeah,
necks.
hey.
And honestly, we're listening.
There's our lives at stake, girl.
Yes, so thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
girl.
you. But we also have Manzi saying for Miss Mika, I love you guys so much. So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves to tea ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Thank you for that. Also, if you're watching this, can you leave a timestamp? Because I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of comments going, where's the Miss Mika song?
Yes, please, and thank you. You guys know if we just get going sometimes, we never forget the Miss Mika song, but sometimes it just goes into the back of our brain because we got a lot of stuff to get through. Yeah. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. And yes, we will always do the Miss Mika song, you guys. Whether it's at the beginning, middle, end, we'll always make sure that we will get it in. Do not worry. But let's move on and talk about Kylie and Travis. New report from Hollywood Live. A source said that Travis is concerned for Kylie and Stormi's well-being amidst everything that's going on. The source said that Travis is, quote, constantly with them whenever possible and always checking on them when he can't be there to make sure they're safe and doing okay. The insider went on to say that Travis knows Kylie is more than capable of taking care of herself and watching over Stormi when he's not there, but it's just his nature that he wants to make sure she's always completely protected. A father, not surprised.
So this is going to be a season of will they or won't they's?
Oh, Kylie and Travis?
Kylie and Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Khloe and Tristan. Courtney and nobody. Scott.
Courtney finding love but not putting it on the show because she wants to set a boundary.
Because it would be too much if she had someone. It can't be will they, won't they for everybody.
Right.
And Kendall said, I'm rich auntie.
Right. Which, honestly, best position to be in. I'm rich auntie who now has gotten it together on how to actually post accurate information about the coronavirus. That's where Kendall is at right now.
I'm happy for Kylie and Travis. I'm glad that they're fine. I'm glad that it's not a rocky situation. I just want them to do something.
You want them to go out and
I know they
for
can't,
sure.
but
I know, but you want them to post something or do something that gives us a for sure we're back together. That's what you're looking for.
I want the newlywed show. I want a show that specifically focuses on Kylie and Travis's relationship. I don't care about none of them.
Do you think Kylie and Travis maybe should have been the ones who got the web series over Khloe and Drew?
Yeah. I would watch that in a heartbeat. That Khloe stuff, when I tell you, and I know I say this every day, but it's just played out to me, Khloe and Tristan. Because she's gonna be a clown. A clown is gonna clown.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So why should we be surprised at anything Khloe Kardashian does? Because she knows that she's an ass. You get what I'm saying? She knows.
I will say, Kylie and Travis, while yes, they'll post with each other here and there on social media when they were together, we don't really see much of their relationship. And I think that's why the YouTube video they posted to our daughter was such a big deal because we never really saw them be affectionate. We never saw them traveling together. We never saw them cuddling together. We never really see any of that. Even still, we get a few Instagram pictures here and there. But I think that's why people would be interested in her doing a web series about their relationship.
I see Shamrock says, Courtney is just waiting for Scott and Sophie to break up, then she'll get back with Scott. I actually don't want that to happen at all. I think that Courtney needs to find a whole new man because Scott has grown out of that. You get what I'm saying?
I used to be pro that situation, but I feel like I'm not anymore.
I think one of the hardest pills to swallow, and I think that Courtney needs to figure this out for herself as a woman, is realizing that I feel like in some way, shape, or form, there are times that you help someone grow and then they outgrow you. And that's okay. But you have to move on. You have to now plant yourself in a different pot. And she hasn't realized that yet. And at this point, it's girl, how many seasons are we gonna see of that?
Right. I feel like she's still struggling. She still hasn't figured out her life as an independent woman.
I agree.
And I don't mean that necessarily negatively. I think obviously that can take time for a lot of people, but I feel like her being the eldest and always wanting to increase her beliefs and values on everyone, and that's not me making it up. Khloe talks about it in regards to her being a mom. Kim's talked about it. I feel like Courtney is very much I know what I'm doing. You should do what I'm doing. For someone who has that mentality in a lot of aspects of life, it's very interesting to see how she is with her relationships.
I wish that I felt like Courtney were more of a leader because she is the eldest. But to me, she's kind of the wimp of the girls.
Right.
Not in a mean way, she's a horrible, I'm the woman hater here, but I really feel like Kylie and Kim both have something that's like leader-esque.
Right.
Courtney is just like missing that from what I see. I wish she had more of that.
And honestly, not everyone is meant to be a leader.
I agree.
Not everyone has that in them. I think it's hard for me to not understand that because I am very much that way. You're that way. So to me, just like not having that take charge instinct or I'm gonna, handle everything instinct is very difficult for me. And I have found that difficult in pretty much every aspect of life when I come across people who aren't like that. I'm just like, hello, wake up, where's
your chutzpah?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I say. And like, that's what I feel about Courtney. It's like, come on, like, give it to me.
That's how I feel. Give it to me.
There.
And there's nothing there.
That's okay. We have finally figured it out, you guys. Kourtney Kardashian is lacking the chutzpah.
Yeah, she's chutzpahless.
She really is. But let's talk more about Khloe and Tristan.
Okay.
So Khloe is fueling rumors that they're back together, and it's not just Kourtney and I talking about it. It's actually people in the comments of her Instagram photo. So she posted a photo of her and True, and she said, the only thing I need you to remember is how much your daddy and I love you. Super cute little dove emojis. But people were in the comments being like, just say that you're back together already. They're back together. Just admit it. Like, thank you, everyone else, for catching on to what we've been saying for, 3, 4, 5 months now?
They can't reveal it because they're waiting till the launch of their couple's athleisure collection, obviously.
If she keeps up with these little cryptic, not so cryptic captions, no one's going to be surprised when the actual reveal comes.
They're trying to hold it for something, and I don't know 100% what it is.
It has to be the web
Maybe
series.
I was going to say maybe it's that. Maybe it's like, we're back together, or we've grown our love, let's show it to you now, and then it's the trailer. You get what I'm saying? We've been working on ourselves. Now let's show it to y'all. This is our progress. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that.
I am irritated because I know that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're waiting.
That's
what the build-up is for.
I so badly don't want it to, and I'm annoyed, but I know you're right, and I know that's exactly what's going to happen.
So now that y'all know that this is what the build-up is for, are y'all excited? Are you excited? Are we excited?
No.
For Trolly.
Okay, here's the thing. I am very interested to see their dynamic. I can't lie. I think just because we all have such strong feelings towards Tristan Thompson, I need to see with my own 2 eyes the clownery this guy is putting on. Because ultimately, no matter what we see on camera, is going to be a skewed version of what's going on in real life. So I feel like I'll just need to see it to know what he's trying to do, but also check myself and have a reality little check to know what that's probably
it's
just
not
for
100%.
show. Exactly. It's probably like 25% what's actually happening. Shout out to Amy. Love the morning tea, Maddison and Courtney. You both beautiful people, intelligent, kind, fair, and compassionate. Thank you.
Amy.
Shout out to Shambong Dave and Hitter Leo. Yes. Today is my son's 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Trace.
Happy birthday, Trace.
Happy birthday, Trace. Your mom, Amy, is one of the sweetest humans ever and just said
Amy.
the nicest things ever. So you are so lucky to have a mom like Miss Amy.
We're sending you our hearts.
Yes, and happy 16th birthday. Honestly, sweet 16.
Gonna spread my wings, sweet 16. It's my chance to shine, sweet 16.
Go look up reruns of Sweet 16 from MTV during this time.
Hilary Duff sings it.
You won't be disappointed. Okay, let's move on and get into this Justin and Hailey news, you guys. If you've been waiting for it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and start your emojis in the chat. If you still want to show some Selena love, I know that you all will.
We still stand the queen.
Exactly. Go
Selena
ahead
better.
and put the crowns in there. It's totally fine.
My favorite is Selena Better. Selena Better, not is, just Selena Better.
Just Selena Better. We all know what they're trying to say. So, new report from Hollywood Life, you guys, shedding light on how Hailey Bieber feels about Justin's tour kicking off in just a few months. He's actually kicking it off in Seattle, too, which is one of the worst places in the United States for the outbreak. Amidst coronavirus, especially with, tons of people kind of canceling their concerts. And I just do want a PSA really quick, because I got a couple messages of like, see, people are canceling. Justin is feeling the effects of coronavirus.
Now, honk the horn on him, Madison.
That is not true, okay? Courtney and I's commentary was on the fact that Justin was having to downsize his venues and then blaming the coronavirus outbreak for it. We're saying that there is other reasons aside corona why Justin is having to do that.
Listening is fundamental.
And comprehending is also there because Justin's tour has been on sale for several weeks before really ish has hit the fan this weekend. Okay?
Girl, I know they was.
I wanted to make sure we
You don't know what you're talking about. Girl, we got the docket.
I know, right? So the source said, as far as Hailey feels, that Hailey completely supports Justin and what he decides to do with the tour no matter what. Her main concern is with his health and his happiness. The insider said that Hailey knows how hard Justin has been working and rehearsing to make this tour perfect, and she knows the last thing Justin wants is to let his fans down. The source said no plans have been modified or changed, and as long as Justin stays healthy and safe, that's all that matters to Hailey.
If Justin's tour would have been canceled for coronavirus, it would have started being canceled after and when all of the other artists started canceling their stuff. Not he downsized and then all of a sudden here's this random reason and then it just so happens to play in to what exactly is happening in the world.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Timing is everything, y'all.
And honestly, shout out to Hailey for always standing by her man. You know, you can say a lot of things about the girl, but she will always put on a brave face. She will always support him, even if sometimes I sit up here and I'm like, why do you publicly have to say anything? Why can't you just pull him by the ear when you guys are at home and say, get it together?
And also, Maddison, if Justin is as sick as we have seen and been told, the tour wouldn't have been downsized.
Right.
It would have been canceled 100%. Because why, y'all? Y'all keep telling us Justin is sick. He wouldn't downsize. He would just cancel if his health were at that big of a risk.
I agree.
Right?
And as of right now, like she said, or like the source said, no cancellation is in the near future. He isn't starting until May, so obviously that gives time for things to kind of settle down. But, I mean, Hailey also is going to be right there alongside with him. And at first, what we thought, that is a bit much. Like, she still has her own career. She still has her own things. Honestly, I think it's best because she really is the one who kind of keeps up on his health and makes sure that he's getting whatever he needs. So,
what would people say, Maddison, when should he hit the stage? Because they were dragging Post Malone for going on stage the other night. Let's just say weeks down the line, months down the line, he starts his tour. Are people going to be mad, you think?
I hope not.
If he does not cancel completely before
I feel like people can't really be mad because you were defending him for defending him for downsizing, not for any reason, just because of Corona, whatever. So I'm like, I feel like people can't be mad because if you want your fave to perform no matter what, whether it's in a big venue or a small venue, you can't be mad. You have been asking him to do this. You've been begging for it. Take your own precautions and deal with it.
I'm going to tell you right now, if this, and feel free to be upset, if this boot does not apply to you, then don't put it on. The majority of them Arianators, they would have bullied that girl and said, you ain't taking nobody's stage. Sickness or not. They would have been like, girl, your health. No, Ariana. And Ariana would have whispered to somebody and her tour would have been canceled.
Right.
Let's see if Justin will do the same. I know there are a lot of people's jobs at stake. You get what I'm saying? But at what cost, Maddison?
No, I completely agree.
At what cost?
You have to definitely take a step back and think of that. Because you're right, Justin is immune compromised. He has Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everybody, we have Fessy saying, just sad that my True JB canceled. No pun. Oh, Fessy. Oh, Fessy. Oh, Fessy. Oh, Fessy.
Love me some Fessy.
And then Kane said, so it may cancel, and that is not about the sales.
Kane, what you're missing is the fact that Justin had to downsize his tour because the tickets weren't selling. At the end of the day, whether y'all choose to accept that, that is just the tea. Y'all were not buying the stadiums out, and so Justin said, well, I'm not going to come out to a half-filled stadium so that people like us don't sit up here and say, well, y'all, what happened?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That is what's going on.
And I think that if he does cancel from this point forward, of course, and everyone's going to be like, see, it is Corona,
But the initial reason was not because of that. Go and read y'all faves TMZ article.
We just are saying, like, yes, if he does cancel it now, we get it, but it wasn't a direct correlation because there were some things that happened before.
Exactly.
And shout out to Hailey for being supportive. But you guys, that is all the time we have. Reminder again, so starting tomorrow, the morning tea will be on at the exact same time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to look different. Courtney and I are going to be doing it from our homes.
Everyone's going to be like, what happened?
And we're going to be doing it from our homes to make sure that we're staying safe, you know, but we still want to make sure we're bringing you all the tea on your faves. Every day. Now, if you turn on and see that I'm by myself one day or Courtney's by himself one day.
We're both still here.
The other one will be in the chat. Just know that we're having technical difficulties and we can't both stream at the same time. Okay? Also, all the videos will still be the same. We're still going to be uploading and posting normally. They're all just going to look a little different because we want to be safe. So you guys, please continue to support us during this time. Please continue to watch and share the morning tea. And let's use it as an hour of our day where we can all be quarantined together and chat and definitely social distance in a healthy way.
And we're going to get closer.
Yeah, we're going to get so much closer.
Because we're coming to our house.
It's going to be so much fun. You're going to see us literally in our PJs drinking our coffee. Like, I know that sounds lame, but I'm excited to have a little sleepover with the Tea Tribe. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, you guys. So please make sure you tune in for the rest of the week, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're still going to bring you Daily Rewind later this afternoon, so look up for that as well. And you guys, make sure that you are following us on social media. We got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got TikTok. We'll have to be doing some solo TikToks.
Yeah,
so tune in for that. Also, don't forget to show Shambong, Dave, and Leo lots of love, too, because they're going to be helping us bring the morning tea to y'all. So please just give them lots of love.
From the four corners of the Tea Nation,
exactly.
the Morning Tea Live will be brought to you tomorrow.
Yes, you guys. So we will see you tomorrow from our homes. Yeah. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, guys.
Bye. Now hit it, Leo.